Hello everybody, Neil here from the Four Corners, and welcome to a review on 70674, the Fire Fang with 463 pieces. This set came out a very long time ago, and I never really should have passed up on it, and thankfully I was able to get a good deal on it pretty recently on Amazon. And this set in general definitely surprised me in many ways, and I feel like if Season 11 had more of a compelling storyline to this could have been a very popular set. But with that being said, let's get right into seeing how this giant snake compares to the other giant snakes we've gotten for Ninjago. First, let's start off with the minifigures. We have a infamous Pyro Viper. This one's called a Pyro Slayer, and he has a stud in the back so that it can chain onto a chain that connects to the Fire Fang, and I'll show you how that's done moving forward with the actual build. He has a pretty cool shield, and for the most part you've seen these minifigures a bunch already. These are pretty old. This one is called the Pyro Destroyer. It's the one that you'll mainly see in the Season 11 show. It's kind of the base model, which the other Pyro Vipers are based off of. This is probably my favorite. It has the armor, it has the main headpiece, it has all the things that you would want from a Pyro Viper. These are, again, pretty old, so really nothing new to say about these. In case you're curious, that's how the torso looks with all the armor removed, and that's also how the back looks. It's the same for the Pyro Slayer we showed a little bit earlier. That does wrap up for the foot soldiers. And here is the Snake Queen herself. She seriously wants some revenge, and too bad her plot was wasted in a season like Season 11. Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu could have been so cool. I mean, how much seasons do the ninja actually get to learn a new art of power or something? And they just kind of threw it away just like that. If Season 11 was done like any of the modern seasons, I feel like it would have been pretty great. But anyways, Asphira is pretty old. You guys know what to expect when it comes to Asphira. She has the staff with the scroll in one hand. That's how she looks from the back. And that's how she looks with all that armor off. That's her front torso as well. Now to go over to the good guys. Here is Kai, the only real good guy you're getting in the set. And this is a form of Kai we actually never saw in the show before. Forbidden Spinjitzu Kai never really appeared in the show, but that's okay. You can pretend this is just a super powered version of Kai. Let me take that mask off. That's the normal Season 11 torso. These Season 11 suits are extremely valuable since, you know, they've been in a bunch of seasons and nobody really expected them to be carried on so much. So if you're one of the people who've collected all these Season 11 suits, that's a very good decision on your part. You do get one of those Forbidden Spinjitzu spinner tops in the set. You're able to put Kai in it, just spin it around. These are pretty fun, but I think this one works better, the original Legacy ones, because look at this. See how sturdy that rolls or spins, and then this one definitely shakes more. And that's mainly because this one has more of a sturdy base. And this here, the Forbidden Spinjitzu one, is made to have that swirly base at the bottom. It's made for the Spinjitzu Slam, so I'm assuming with those, this spins better, but by itself, it's only alright. And finally, before we get into the main snake, here is a side build they give you. This red scepter, it never actually became relevant in the show. I remember seeing the set image when it was first coming out, and I thought, I wonder what this is gonna do, because there's already scrolls of Forbidden Spinjitzu, and no, this isn't anything. I feel like this might be trying to represent the pyramid, but I have no clue what's going on with this one. And the crazy thing about this is in the instructions, they end it. They tell you all the features you can do with the Fire Fang, and then after the instructions usually end in a Lego book, they then tell you to build this. So it's like they don't want you to build this. They want you to forget to build this. So if you ever buy the set, make sure you go till the end, because this one is hidden with the instructions over there. And finally, this is the Fire Fang itself. If you compare it to life-size snakes, this is almost right on size with it. It's kind of the size of an actual snake. It has quite a lot of features, so I'm gonna take this. There's a rattle here. You can kind of hear that they make you put studs. So that's pretty cool. 2 stud shooters. All I do is squeeze that and it will shoot. Not gonna do that right now because I don't want to lose those studs. And then the tail is able to swish around, and you're also able to kind of move that along as you play with the thing. And finally, for the main features, I guess you can take this throne off, and this throne is actually a really complex build. It almost takes half of a full bag. That changes the look, doesn't it? See? Now that looks a lot more not aggressive. This makes it look a lot more mean. And actually, while we're on the chair, let me show you how that looks. So this chair, it has a little tilt on the front, so that Asphira is able to sit forward just like that. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of thinking that went into the chair. Let me put that back and see now how it looks a lot more aggressive. The only problem I had with this chair is that, see these flags? I actually had to super glue these flags on because the friction, there was literally no friction. These flags kept falling down every time I tried to display it. And you might think, okay, maybe I just used it too much. Maybe I've used it so much that the friction is just gone from these joints. And no, that's not true because I just finished building it. And I also tried replacing these pieces and see if that helped. But no, so I super glued this. I know I sound like a monster. I'm like Lord Business from the Lego movie. But I literally had no other choice. It's just a design flaw with this build. And then as for this piece, I've never really dealt with this much vinyl before. There's like a giant tongue that's able to be flapped around. Doesn't really look that mean when it's opening its mouth, but this is probably a better look. It has these cool stickers. You don't really have to put them straight to make them look good. They are supposed to be shabby. And as for this, take a look at this. This is orange, right? Look at the box. This is yellow. Orange, yellow. Like, see how much that changed? I mean, it's true that Lego actually does change their sets so much when it finally comes over to the box. And I did promise you that I'd show you where this stud went, this one. And that will go right here. Just like so. And you can pull the Fire Fang along if it gets lazy, but I think it would be more efficient if these guys rode on the Fire Fang instead of these guys actually ending up pulling it. Because, you know, someone needs to fight the battles and it's probably not going to be the Fire Fang if it's not going to move by itself. But I think that is it for the Fire Fang. I was surprised by how much sand blue they used over here. When I was building, I was like, no way is this actually going to look good in the end. But they do end up merging it pretty well. And that is it for the Fire Fang. That's one last look at it. That's one look from the back. It's pretty wide. One look from the side. Oh, the tail was something I was surprised by. Like, take a look at how long the tail is here, and how long, how long they make the tail look on the box. Like, see, that looks kind of short, but when I bring the tail here, see, that's a decent size. Overall, I think the Fire Fang makes itself into the #1 spot as Ninjago's greatest snake builds. I think Wajira's pretty cool and all, but it's just that Wajira has a better story to tell, so it's more desirable over there. And the Great Devourer wasn't the best looking as well. So in terms of giant snakes, this is the best looking. I mean, just look at how great this looks. However, that is all for this set review on the Fire Fang. Definitely pleasantly surprised. And thank you for watching, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.